What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Zach. Listen to me, and listen to me really good, because I know a lot need to hear this. Everything that you're going through, or have been through, is just setting you up for all that you've asked for. You may not realize it right now, and that's 100% understandable. Trust me, is 100% understandable. Maybe you're like me and you want that first relationship, that first date. Guess what? You may not know it yet. But it'll happen. Maybe you're one person like myself. Maybe, just like me, you also have been through years of heartbreak, I've been through years of heartbreak and years of all kinds of judgment. Maybe, you're somebody that has a disability and you go through a lot of heartbreak and judgment because of all that. Which, again, no, is not right to anybody to have to go through judgment and getting shot down just because of their disability when it comes to a relationship, dating. That shouldn't happen. But again, it does. It does happen. But I'm here to tell you this. All of those setbacks that you had, it's just setting you up for your comeback. Yeah, that first relationship that you're waiting on, that first date you're waiting on, it's gonna happen. May not be today, and it may not be tomorrow. Heck, it may not be until a year from now. But my point to you is this: what you're after will always happen. That goal that you want so bad to accomplish, that goal or goals that you want so bad to accomplish, will happen in time. And like I said, I know it's scary. Believe me, I know it's scary. Big time. Just like I've told you I've been through. As far as heartbreak, I've never been through, dates or have never had a relationship. Yeah, I've tried. But I've always gotten put in the friend zone. And that's all I'm used to. That's all I've ever known. Now, with that said, because a lot of people want to be judgmental. Why? Because I have a wheelchair. Now, keep in mind, no, not every female is like that. They're not all judgmental. They're not all, one that tries to tear you down. Yeah, there's those kind of people out there. Don't get me wrong. But there's also those good people out there. There's those people out there that see you and have saw you go through years of being hurt, and they know that's all that you've been through. And those people that have saw you go through that, they also know that it's not right. That you also have always just went through that hurt. And what do? Those people make it right for you. There's those kind of people out there that see you go through hurt and they know you've been through it. Well, in my case, it's been my whole life that I've dealt with heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak. And, now being 37 years old, still have never been on dates in relationships. Or relationship, I should say. Because there's only one. There's only one. Just because I went through hell my whole life for the last 37 years, 19 years, if you look at it just from when I started driving when I was 18 on to now. And that's 19 years. If you look at it just from the time I turned 18 on to now. But just because you went through something, yeah, you're tired. And I see that you're tired. I can see it in your eyes that you're tired. You're overwhelmed. And again, that's understandable. 100% understandable. But trust me when I say this again. Just because you're going through something, it's not there to tear you down. What you're going through is preparing you for what you asked for. Yeah. You might be like me and always wanted that first relationship, that first date. And like I said, as for myself, I've been through nothing but hell as far as heartbreak goes. And it sucks. because so many people think it's just funnier than hell. So, leave a guy like me heartbroken because I'm not perfect and standing up, walking around like everybody else does. And I get that. It's different. But at the same time, as I explained to you from day one when I first started here on YouTube, and still trying to make this a working paying job. But just as I explained to you from day one, I'm only sitting down because of my balance. It's on my level 1 spina bifida FX. And you know what? Like I said, I've been through hell. I've been through heartbreak. That's all I've ever known. But at the same time, good people are out there. And I know those good people are out there. Because you know what? I know a lot of good people out there. Personally, I know them personally. Because a lot of people, guess what? Like I said, I know a lot of people personally. A lot of those people I grew up with, I went through school with, from preschool on to being, through high school when I graduated high school and back in 2007. And the hell that I went through, yeah, it hurt big time. But at the same time, after all of the depression I went through, like I told you about, all of the heartbreak that I went through, like I told you about as well. I feel like it's all just been like a setup. A setup in a good way, I mean. As in, okay, you went through hell. But that hell that you went through is just a setup. A setup for the good. A setup saying, you know what? You've been through hell. Now look. The hell that you went through. Now you're going to go through something really good. And that goes for anything. No matter what the situation is. You go through hell. And the hell that you go through is just set up for something good to happen. Like I said, what good's gonna happen? Those good things that'll happen may not be today. It may not be tomorrow. Those good things might not happen until a year from now. Maybe 2 years from now. But I'm here to tell you this, like I've told you before. Take that towel. Wipe your face. And keep pushing. Because what you're after will happen. Sooner or later. And sometimes, more than sometimes, It's a lot sooner than you may think. Sometimes it's a lot sooner than you may think. Realize that good thing those good things that you're after are gonna happen for you. Some people, it takes a lot longer for something to happen. No, it doesn't mean that person or persons is a bad person. Just means it took them a lot longer to get, again, from point A to point B, to get where they want to get to. So, listen to me again when I say this. Just because something takes a long time to get to doesn't mean that you won't get that. It just means that it's taking you longer than what it might take somebody else. And I get it. I get it 1,000%. It's aggravating. Very, very aggravating. But I'm here to tell you to keep pushing. Because like I said, those things that you're after, whatever that might be, whether it's, again, that first date, that first relationship, or maybe it's that first working job. Trust me, it's going to happen for you. Like I said, it may not be today. It may not be tomorrow. It may not be next week. Heck, it may be a year from now. Until you get that, that first working job, or, maybe that first relationship, that first date. Because like I said, remember, not everybody is like that. Not everybody is judgmental. Not everybody likes to, tear people down. Again, yeah, there's people out there like that. But look at those kind of people that tear you down as a setup to get what you want, because what you want is gonna happen. Again, it might take might take a while to get that, but at the end of the day, when you're trying your best to accomplish what you're after, trust me, it's all worth it. Again, it may not seem like it at first because of all the hell that you've been through, but what you're after will always happen sooner or later. So if and when you're after something and you feel like you're tired, I said, I 100% get that. I 100% know that feeling. I've been there. But I'm here to tell you, again, take the towel. Take that towel. Wipe your face. And keep going. Take that towel. Wipe the sweat off your face. And keep going. What you're after will always happen. sooner or later. And sometimes a lot sooner than you may realize. And that's exactly what I'm thinking about. What the title of this is "What You're After Will Happen Sooner or Later," and sometimes it's gonna be a lot sooner than you may realize. That's exactly what I'm thinking about titling this. And depending on when I go to title, because with YouTube, when to post titles, it only allows you a certain amount of character, a certain amount of letters, until you can't post any more words in your title. So that said, that's what I just said. That's how I'm thinking about titling this. Just because you go through something, again, doesn't mean that's what you deserve. But what you go through, it's just setting you up for what you asked for. So, maybe, like I said, maybe you're that one that tries to ask, that tries to ask for that first date, that first relationship. Go through hell. Because at some points, that's what it's going to take. And I say that because that's what's taken me. Because I've always went through it. But that don't mean that I'm always going to go through it. It just means that's what I went through. And some people don't really understand that. What I mean is, again, you only know someone's name, not their story. But we all have a 100% different, also 100% true story about us. And again, a lot of people don't understand that, of things that we go through. But again, there's also questions that can be asked. Again, what questions to ask, that's on you. That's on you to decide, what questions that you have to ask, that you want to ask. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. That, again, whatever it is that you're after will always happen. Might take you a little, depending on what the situation is, might take a while for that certain thing or certain things to happen for you. But those certain things will always happen. But again, yes, I do want to make this into a working paying job. For the number one reason. For that number one reason. And that is this. because I love to help people through, I love to help people get through anything that you go through, that you or they go through, or also have been through. Because guess what? Even the past, unfortunately, can and does sneak up on us all. And yeah, a lot of us, the past sneaks up a hell of a lot more than others, because a lot of us go through a hell of a lot more than what others go through. Because again, we only know someone's name, not their story. And we all have a 100% different, but also 100% true story about us. So keep going and keep being you. Also, like I said, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button for me if you would, please. I would appreciate it. Also, to those that do hit my subscribe button, I will be checking and making sure that I am subscribed to you as well. If I'm not subscribed, I will subscribe to your YouTube channel as well. So again, you help me, I'm gonna help you, and I'm gonna help you regardless, because not because I have to, because I want to, because that's the kind of person that I am. So keep going and keep being you. My name is Zach, and I appreciate each and every one of you for being here, for watching, for commenting. I appreciate y'all just for being you. So keep being you. Keep smiling. Let nothing and no one hold you back. Much love. And let's get it.